And welcome back, everyone, to the Eat, Drink, Explore radio show. I am your host, Randall White. It is 9:49 now in the morning, and we're rounding out the second hour of our program with a look at what's being called dark chocolate deception. Now, you've heard us on many occasions talk about the health benefits of dark chocolate, right? Right here on this show. But did you know there are federal standards in the United States for milk chocolate, also for white chocolate, but one of the fastest growing sectors of the chocolate industry, and by far the most healthful, is dark chocolate. And it has no federal standards at all. Apparently, you can label something dark chocolate, and the product doesn't have to contain any specific amount of cocoa. There's a new campaign underway to get labeling laws for dark chocolate, just like those for the other forms on the market. And joining us right now to talk a little bit about that campaign is Keith Rohrlick with NuGo Nutrition. Keith, welcome to the program.
Hi, Randall. Thank you for having me on Eat, Drink, and Explore, and for your interest in stopping dark chocolate deception.
Yeah, well, you know, I buy dark chocolate all the time. So when I heard about this, it was one of those, like, what? Moments. I thought, wow, I wonder if what I've been buying, I always go by the percentage that I see on the package. Like this is 75% or 80%. And I figured that was enough. So tell us, where is this deception coming in and how do we know about it?
Well, I don't think you're alone. I think a lot of consumers, and I would tell you that most snacks being made in America today are not being made using real chocolate. And in 2012, we started a petition to communicate to the FDA about setting a standard of identity for real dark chocolate. As you mentioned, currently there is no standard for real dark chocolate, and that means consumers are being deceived.
That's amazing to me. It just kind of boggles my mind because if I understand things correctly, dark chocolate is the most pure of chocolate. So it seems like if anything was going to have a labeling rule, it would be that.
Yeah, you would think, and that would be, you would assume that that's what should be going on, but it's not. And maybe let me get into this a little bit more with you, and maybe I can help you understand why consumers are being deceived into thinking they're eating healthy dark chocolate while actually consuming fake chocolate made with a vegetable fat. Usually it's palm oil. Without that standard of identity, companies will continue to label a product that way on the front of their package without using any real chocolate ingredients. The reason why it's being done is to save costs. But when you replace cocoa butter with palm oil, it elevates the melting temperature of the fake chocolate coating. This vegetable fat elevates that melt point of the fake chocolate coating so that manufacturers don't need to invest in temperature shipping and storage, especially when shipping in the summer or to warm climates.
Because cocoa butter melts at a lower temperature.
Yeah, it melts at a low temperature. It melts below body temperature. And since palm oil melts above body temperature, when you consume it, the structure of that coating never really melts in the mouth, and it imparts a waxy and overly sweet taste. Yeah. Plus, the vegetable fat chocolate is an unhealthy saturated fat that can raise bad cholesterol.
So what are the components of real dark chocolate? If somebody is looking at a label in the ingredients section, what should they be looking for?
They need to really identify, there are essentially three components to make up real dark chocolate, and they are cocoa powder, which is the non-fat solid, the cocoa butter from the cacao bean, and there's usually going to be a trace amount of sugar to cut the bitterness. And I think you mentioned earlier that percentage number, that's where that comes into play.
I see.
But the key is when you consume chocolate, real chocolate, the cocoa butter melts below body temperature, releasing the flavor immediately into your mouth.
Right.
You're going to get that great dark chocolate experience when you eat real dark chocolate.
Now, this is something that NuGo Nutrition has jumped on, and in fact, we should direct people interested in signing on to this petition to your website, nugonutrition.com/petition, which then forwards you to change.org, and that's where a lot of people do these petitions now at change.org. So what are you asking for? What is that petition state?
Well, we're asking for people to help the deception. I think consumers have the right to know what they're eating, and we're trying to do our part, and we want to bring this. We want to create a platform for the consumer to be able to voice their opinion and we're taking it to the FDA. So please, get on our website. We're NuGoNutrition.com/petition, and let's help stop the deception.
Keith, have any other producers of chocolate gotten on board with your campaign and said, yeah, you know what, NuGo's got a really great point. There's these other companies out there that are putting things on the market, calling them dark chocolate, and they don't contain all the ingredients that should be there. So do you have any alliance right now with some of the other big producers?
It's a good question, and I can't speak to there has not been a group of us banded together to go make this happen, and I don't want to speculate why. I'm sure we could probably guess why, but a lot of the large producers probably they have interest in making some products that might be using vegetable fat. So that might be part of the reason why nobody's really banded together. I'm sure a bunch of the small companies would be delighted to work with us to move this forward. Yeah,
I would think so. NuGo has really grown a lot in a short period of time. Your California West Coast headquarters are in the Bay Area there. There are a lot of boutique or artisanal chocolate makers in the Bay Area, some of them with really huge names, some of them with not heard of, but all of whom seem to really care about the quality of chocolate. So it seems like they might be some of the good ones to jump on board this petition. I've already signed it because I think it makes common sense. I believe that I believe it's something that just because I buy so much dark chocolate, I don't want to fall into that camp of buying something that isn't truly dark chocolate, because I specifically look for it to make sure that it is. And so that's why it kind of came as a slap in the face when I realized that, there's no labeling rule around that. Do people come to you with a little bit of surprise, like what? They don't. We communicate a lot with consumers, and they're always shocked to kind of realize that. And it's always amazing when you run into somebody and they actually are aware of the issue, and it's actually somewhat, it feels good to know that people are actually paying attention. I will point out that we are unique in the world of protein bars, because we do make the only protein bars that are coated in real dark chocolate for many different lifestyles, all featuring protein. So we coat our protein bars in real dark chocolate, which makes us very unique in the protein bar world. Sounds good. I want one right now. Well, Keith,
I'm sure we could work something out for you.
All right, Keith. Keith Rohrlick with NuGo Nutrition. Again, the petition at NuGo, that's NuGo, nutrition.com/petition. You can also find it under our program summary today at eatdrinkexplore.com. Keith, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
All right, everyone. Well, great to have you with us again today. Next week, when we come back, don't forget our Market Fresh Hour will be from Austin, Texas, from the South by Southwest Eco Show that I'm heading off to right after we wrap things up here. All right, make it a great day, everyone.
You've been listening to the Eat, Drink, Explore radio program. If you missed any of our segments today, look for them online or through our free Apple and Android apps. Catch you back right here next week.